Hi, well, today it's Tuesday, August 4th, and I brought Jesus with me. I thought, even though he's really with us all the time, um, Jesus has been at my house since the pandemic started. But you may not know this, but when I started my very first day here, uh, Jesus was sitting in this chair at the desk. And so it's nice to have Jesus with me. So I brought him back from home because he really belongs here. And so I thought we would try a little thing today. You may be familiar. There's a comic strip called Coffee with Jesus, and it's by David Wilkie. And I see them often from clergy friends on Facebook, but I want to share just a few with you. Jesus and I want to share a few with you. So this character in the first one is a pastor, and Jesus is always in a suit and tie, holding his coffee cup. So the pastor says, Jesus, I think I've got a good analogy for the kingdom of God for this Sunday's sermon. And what do you say? Jesus says, it's been done so many times, Joe, it's obvious. The current is the will of God. Don't swim upstream, etc. I'd go with a swimming pool. What do you think? So Joe says, okay. Any hints on how to elaborate with that? And what do you say? The kingdom of God is like unto a swimming pool, and most of you are splashing around in the shallow end. So some of these comics are funny, but they're meant to make us think. And sometimes Jesus has a wry sense of humor or is very sarcastic, and sometimes it's just funny. So here's another character. I think his name is Kevin. His name is Kevin. They always look the same in these, and so I guess that's part of their charm. Okay, so Kevin says, I'm totally comfortable not believing in a God, Jesus, but late at night, staring at the ceiling, there's this strange emptiness. And what do you say? Jesus says, you were made for God, Kevin. That's what the emptiness is telling you. So Kevin says, no, that's a crutch for weak and foolish people who refuse to face the facts. And then what do you say? Then Jesus says, so avoid the emptiness with distractions, medications, drink, and other crutches, Kevin, as you face the facts. So I hope this is making your little wheels turn in your brain a little bit to think about this. One more. And she's named Lisa. There's Lisa. And Lisa says, I know we shouldn't trust our feelings, Jesus, that we walk by faith, but sometimes I'd swear I can feel your presence, like warm shivers or something. And what do you say? Probably just a draft in the house, Lisa. Lisa says, oh. And Jesus says, created by me zipping over to sit with you. So, aren't you glad we have Jesus with us today? And I hope you listened to those and maybe they made you think. So lastly, I'd like to read from Philippians chapter 4 from the Message. And it goes like this. Verse 4, Celebrate God all day, every day. I mean, revel in Him. Now, this is Paul talking, by the way, to the Philippians. Make it as clear as you can to all you meet that you're on their side, working with them and not against them. And then verses 6 and 7. Don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray. Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers, letting God know your concerns. And before you know it, a sense of God's wholeness, everything coming together for good, will come and settle you down. It's wonderful what happens when Christ displaces worry at the center of your life. Summing it all up, friends, I'd say you'd do best by filling your minds and meditating on things true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious, the best, not the worst, the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse. Put into practice what you learned from me, what you heard and saw and realized. And if you do that, God, who makes everything work together, will work you into His most excellent harmonies. Isn't that great? Right there in Philippians. Blessings.